Start your journey today by liking, subscribing, and sharing our YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media, or by going to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site and perusing over the available content and information. Also by submitting your email at the bottom of the Square site page in the Stay in the Loop section to receive priority information, specials, and other insider details. Or by signing up for a 1-hour consultation to tailor your specific educational needs in beginning your journey. You may do so at the aforementioned Square site, once again at knowledgewell-media.square.site. Here are a few other items in demand on our Square site. The Person Defined series, a 9-part video lecture series, comprehensively outlining the scheme to artfully deceive mankind into trading away his birthright, his natural liberties, and inherent rights. Pre-orders for The Yellow Bricks of Emerald, the first edition, offered presently as an ebook only. This book comprehensively uncovers the legal schemes, past, present, and future, of the elite powers and the U.S., subjecting American citizens to servitude and allegiance due to their own ignorance. The KnowledgeWell Video Lecture Series Trust Course, a comprehensive lecture series educating on the history, effects, and administration of the wealth-preserving, asset-protecting, private commercial entity known as a trust. Plus, we have our very own template and instructions to help you set up yours. And, coming soon, our apparel and product store for all things KnowledgeWell, including shirts, hats, jackets, cups, bumper stickers, and more. For all this and much, much more, as well as for any questions or comments, email to knowledgewell4u@gmail.com or go to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site. And now, you've been made free. What are you going to do with it?
What is going on? I'm just trying to finish my meal. Can you mind? Do you mind? It's been a long day. I gotta eat something too. How's everybody doing? All right, we'll put it away. That's how I get it. Constantly moving, constantly doing it. But hey, it's all for you. So glad that you are here. Make sure you show some love. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All right. Make sure you share. It's going to be an exciting show tonight. That was a steak, anniversary steak. All right, let's get down to business. You came here for the truth, and the truth you shall get. That was delicious. What'd y'all have for dinner? Who cooked tonight? Who cooked tonight? What'd y'all eat? Heather, what'd you cook? Let's see who's in the building. BB Productions says, hello, greetings to the family. Heather Bell is in his house. Hello, soul family. Heather Bell said, I am the storm, Professor Allen. All right. We got our own ex-woman, ex-man, ex-woman. All right. Come on in. If you take something, leave something. Give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Know Thyself is in the building, says greetings to everyone. All right. Let somebody else know we are live right now. It's going to be an exciting show, not one that you want to miss. Hey, you don't want to miss any of the shows we do here at KnowledgeWell Media, right? All right. Putting it down like nobody's business. BB Productions, hi, Know Thyself. Heather Bell says, hey. Greek salad. You cooked the Greek salad, or you made a Greek salad? Oh yeah, you're on that healthy track. Okay, you're sticking to it. Good to hear. Coconut water. Come on in, hit that thumbs up button. We have 5 viewers. We should have 5 thumbs up. Somebody monitor that for me. Know Thyself says 777. He never, Know Thyself never forgets. Never forgets. Hey, I want to thank you, Know Thyself. You sent, I had a great consultation with a friend of yours that you sent over. I really appreciate that. Appreciate you got my back. We had a great hour consultation and very informative. Very nice young lady. BB Production says 777. All right, we're lighting up the board. 777s. All right. Heather Bell says, I'm trying. Okay. Keep doing. No, you're doing. You're not trying. You're doing. There's a difference. The struggle is real. You can do it. All right. Let's get some business out of the way for all those that are not per se KnowledgeWellians. We want to be fair and just do some announcements so they know how to support and how to reach us. So donations to our Cash App, $ AmericanConsulate. Let me know how the sound and video quality is. If you need me to turn up or turn down, let me know. All right, you can donate to help keep us on the air, keep us going, keep us thriving, keep us moving strong, keep us educated through our Cash App. That is $ AmericanConsulate. All right, any big or little thing that you do for that matter is appreciated. Thank you. All right, and our email, KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, at gmail.com. That's how you can contact us for consultations or questions that you might have, or just to say hi. Okay. Also, you can go to our Square site. This is where all of our product lines are, brand names for KnowledgeWell Media. This is another way to show your support and get something in return. We have t-shirts, we got hats, we got all kinds of things courtesy of BB Productions. They do all of our product lines and what have you, and they can do it for you too. Why don't you take some time after this session, to go on over to BB Productions YouTube to watch her crafting for recording. So they're doing brilliant things over there. BB Productions Studios. Also, we have our Patreon for our members. If you are not in the know, if you are out of the know, that's when we drop our exclusive content we do not put in the public for obvious reasons. It is only for our exclusive members. So if you are interested in getting access or having access to it, then you need to get on over there and become a member. Become a KnowledgeWellian. All right. And as always, scrolling across the bottom of the screen is our disclaimer that nothing that you hear here or C is ever intended to be legal advice, quite frankly, nor should it be construed to be. All right. If you need legal advice, please seek yourself a competent attorney. All right. And please be advised. Let's get ready to rumble. All right. We have always great content here, and tonight will be no exception. Strap on your seatbelts. You know what I would like to do is when we start off our show, please come in with your questions and hot topics, okay, whether they be adverse to my positions or something that you heard, or you just need further clarification. How about we just start off the first segment of the program with questions, statements, testimonies, anything like that, all right? How about we do that from this point forward? So please come prepared with your questions or statements, okay? Let's agree to do that together. Let's make this fun and interactive. I run my mouth plenty. I would like to hear what y'all have to say, and if anybody wants to join us for a moment of conversation, I can always drop the link in the comment section, and then if you want to join us, I could definitely get you on. If you have something that you want to discuss, something interesting that you found, all right, just let me know. We can do it like that. Okay. Heather Bell says, when I get back from vacation, I'll need a consultation. Always. No problem. I got you. I got you. All right, let's cut some music out of the background here. I got steak in my teeth. You guys are appreciated here at KnowledgeWell. Thank you very much. Know thyself. I very much appreciate your appreciation. And BB Production says, thank you, Heather. All right, awesome. We are family. So anybody have a topic they want to talk about before I get to running my mouth? Is there a question that you had? I know sometimes we get off of the live and I have said, remind me of something later on, and I hardly ever get to it because we try to pack so much into one show. So if you have something that you need clarification on, please put that in the comment section now. All right, no topic is off limits or any question. We have a question. Heather Bell, let's go with it. All right, is estate and trust, is in estate and trust the same thing? It is not. It is not. It is not. Let's go into it. Let us go into it. What is an estate? Not a problem. Gotcha, Heather. Let's do it. Thank you for your question. Here we go. Let's clarify. I know these terms are getting thrown about recklessly, and people are basically not themselves educated on a topic, but they're trying to educate other people. So let's do our due diligence. Let's quell the misinformation and the disinformation. And that's what we do here exclusively at KnowledgeWell Media. All right. So we got a lot of stuff in the way. Question is an estate and trust the same thing? Let's just do a quick and simple query. An estate, according to definition from Oxford languages. An estate is an extensive area of land in the country, usually with a large house owned by one person, family, or organization. That is one definition. Here is more in context with your question. An estate is all the money and property owned by a particular person, especially at death. Okay, upon death, it becomes necessary to have either the appointment of an administrator, which is a court-appointed capacity, or an executor, which you can appoint yourself while living. Okay, you can appoint someone to execute your estate upon death. Okay, so again, an estate is all the money and property owned by a particular person. Now, let's look at what a trust is. A trust. I think Fidelity Investments is a reputable source. Let's consult them, shall we? A trust, can you read that? All right, is traditionally used for minimizing estate taxes and can offer other benefits as part of a well-crafted estate plan. Okay, a trust is a fiduciary arrangement that allows a third party, okay, or trustee to hold assets on behalf of a beneficiary or beneficiaries. Okay, so you can already see the distinction between an estate having to do with your own property, your own money, okay, as opposed to this being actually a fiduciary relationship wherein a third party, aka a trustee, manages someone else's affairs. Now, they could be managing someone else's estate, okay? But a trust is more of a three-party relationship where you hire someone else or appoint someone else to actually administer and manage your estate. Okay, the estate is the sum total of all of your property. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Trust can be arranged in many ways and can specify exactly how and when the assets can be your estate. The sum total of all of your property can go into or be transferred into a trust. Does that make sense, Heather? Hopefully I cleared that up for you. Okay. All right, let's go to the next question. Hopefully, if that did not clarify, let me know, please. I can go a little bit deeper into it if you want me to. All right, let's go to our next question. Thank you for that, Heather. Thank you for leading us off. Where is everybody? It's Wednesday. There is nothing going on. Get on over here to KnowledgeWell land and let's get some information and education. Let somebody else know we are live right now. All right. Next question. E. Caddy is in the house. Welcome, E. Caddy. Thank you for being here. Are irrevocable trusts real estate tax-free? Interesting way you pose that. Oh, let me turn my ringer off real quick. Hold on. Stand by. The question, are irrevocable trusts real estate tax-free? Can you clarify that question? Because the way it's reading it, it's hard for. I mean, irrevocable trusts are not necessarily tax-free. There are tax avoidance strategies that you can use to minimize your tax liability. Does that make sense? Hardly any entity is tax-free, except for nonprofit organizations and things like that. Okay, but no, there's hardly any entities recognized under positive law, okay, or within the legal order that are tax-free. Otherwise, Uncle Sam ain't really getting his cut. And how do you fund the government? How do you fund the state in which you reside if the entities are tax-free? Uncle Sam wants a piece. He's always going to want a piece. I mean, that's the cost of doing business. Anything that you participate in business-wise in this capitalist system, you can expect that there's a fee to play. Okay, we should not expect to play in this game when you come to the full light and understanding of what you are part of. We should never really expect to profit or benefit from the system and not pay to play. Remember, value is defined as what? The amount that someone is willing to pay for something. So if you're not willing to pay something for it or donate, right, then that means you do not value it by definition. Okay, so we should think investment wise, right? We want to be crafty, we want to be thrifty, we want to be wise stewards, we want to be investors, right? if you don't put anything out, how do you expect anything back? The parable of the sower and the seed from the scriptures, all of those parables are conveying that. Okay, you have to invest something in order to get something back. The universe works on that frequency. Farmers, right? A seed, you plant it in the ground, you expect a yield, but you had to do the work first. Okay, so the universe does not reward those who expect things without giving. It just does not work that way. Okay, so to answer your question, irrevocable trust, revocable trust, neither of those are necessarily tax-free. They merely reduce the tax liability. Okay, all right, eCaddy73, thank you for that question. Moving on, eCaddy said, oh, you're back. eCaddy73. Let me reword that. If my house and land is paid in full and in an irrevocable trust, should I still be paying real estate taxes to the local county? Okay. Well, all right. There's the question, isn't it? There's the question. All right. So I can answer that question by posing a question. Okay. Who owns the land? If you are part of what's known as the public trust, and if the public trust is extant, meaning in existence, then that means that, well, first of all, you have to know your status, your standing. You have to know what your position is and what your legal capacity is in relation to, or your standing in relation to, the public trust. Because a public trust means, as we just went over, that there's a third party who is entrusted with the legal title or control over the property if the trust is extant. Okay, so that means that someone else is administering and managing the estate on behalf of another, because in the eyes of the law, the beneficiary is not yet legally competent to do their own administration and management. So in the eyes of the law, under positive law, I should say, okay, and under the public trust, technically Caesar owns the land. That's in the legal order. Okay, citizenship is you becoming a member and agreeing in that membership to be subject to positive law. What is positive law? Enactments of the duly authorized legislature. You're agreeing to be, by citizenship, you're agreeing to be subject to that. No different from being a member of a Sam's Club or any workout club that you're part of. Okay, you can't just go in there and start averring your constitutional rights. Okay, we were talking about that earlier today in the consultation. You can't just come into some private club that you become a member to and start saying, I have freedom of speech. You cannot encroach upon or deprive me of my freedom of speech. Yes, they can in a private club. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. You cannot work as an employee, let's say, for McDonald's and just use profanity whenever you want to, because you're saying that I have freedom of speech. Notice your constitutional rights do not apply per se in that realm. Okay? So, likewise, citizenship, okay? You signed up as a member. Now, that's not necessarily a negative thing. Oh boy, y'all gonna get me in trouble. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. So the answer to your question, before I get in trouble by disclosing too much, the answer to your question is, yes, you still pay taxes because of the public trust. Okay? You still pay taxes because of the public trust. But through your irrevocable trust, through corporations and other artificial persons, you are able to, if you know how to play the game, like Donald Trump, right? You report less income. You show on the record that you made less money because, as Rockefeller says, own nothing and control everything, which is the whole purpose of the trust. The property, the assets are transferred from you into the trust. So who technically owns it? And you as an individual are taxed way up here. And trusts and corporations are taxed way down there. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? It's not our goal, our aim should not be to evade distributions to Caesar. Render unto Caesar's. What did whether you believe it or not, the scriptures, Yeshua, are teaching you a lesson. And when the disciples said, should we pay taxes? What did Yeshua say? Render unto Caesar's that which is Caesar's. Okay? And so I say unto thee, render unto Caesar's that which is Caesar. When you make Caesar happy, Caesar, hey, leave him alone. That's my loyal subject. Leave him alone. That's all you got to do. It's not evading, once again, taxes. It's limiting your tax liability. If you need more information on that, we can certainly do a consultation and education on how to properly structure these entities. It's not how much money you make. Did I say that correctly? It's not how much money you make. It's how much money you keep. Keep the same dollar going around in circulation and keep making interest off of that same dollar. And watch how wealthy you become, how quickly you become wealthy. All right. Thank you for the question, eCaddy. 73. All right. Know thyself 722. All y'all got numbers behind your name. Am I missing something? I got to put numbers behind. I'm going to put 777. How you like me now? All right. Let's go. Know thyself says at Heather. Also, it's defined. Okay. Very good. Y'all building. Okay. All God 777 in the house. Thank you. I feel myself getting stronger. All right, here we go. All God says good evening to all. All right. Heather Bell says, all right, y'all having a building session. But Caesar is bankrupt. Is he? Is he? Let me tell you a real quick little story for all, not Heather, you're a KnowledgeWellian. Let this go right over your head. I'm not pointing at you. I'm just saying, because we hear this all the time, don't we? What does that really mean, that Caesar or the United States is bankrupt? What do we really think that means? Because I contend, and I'm pretty sure I can prove that it's not what we think. It's not what we think. Do you remember and recall a little story about the exchange window when we were taken off of the gold standard? Do you think that was by accident or by plan? See, to the eyes of the world, when you don't have anything backing your fiat currency, it may appear that, oh God, the United States has fallen. They don't have any value. Nothing's backing their currency. But really, do you really believe that? I mean, we're the world power. I mean, I know that it's perceived that that's diminishing, but think back then. We became stronger, more powerful then when we came off of the gold standard. How do you think that happened? So it's perceived for, not you, Heather. We're good. It's perceived by the laity, the people that don't get the game, that because, oh, their currency is, it's perceived by those that don't know, oh, they must have filed bankruptcy. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? But oh, alas, alas, the little girl, the United States with the little torch in her hand out there in the harbor somewhere, she shines brightly, bright as ever, and her military is as powerful as ever before. Bankrupt, really? Not even a little bit. It's not what you think it was. It was a strategic movement. It was strategic, and it made us more powerful than ever before. Because what did they do? They got the world hooked on that very fiat dollar. Took the gold from around the world, traded gold, and gave them fiat dollars in its place. If you can trick them, you can beat them. So I wouldn't rely on that bankruptcy thing too much. It's more than meets the eye, as the old Transformer adage slogan went. Know Thyself 722 gives me a thumb up. Why don't you do the same? Give me a thumbs up real quick if you haven't done it already. All right. Now, if you already done it, don't hit it again because you'll take it away. I'm just saying. All right. All God says, did anyone get to check out the movie Wizard of Lies? I have not yet. And you know what? I was in bed the other night and I meant to say, hey, that movie, what was that movie that you had told us to watch? So, Wizard of Lies, BB Productions, remind me. Wizard of Lies. I'll see if I can get that checked out tonight, all right? I'm writing it down. Wizard of Lies. All right. I'll try to get on that. Thank you for reminding. Or any more thoughts about discussing the book, Meet Your Straw Man, and whatever you want to know. I think there are some talking points in it. If you want to come on and share that, I have absolutely no problem with it. Do you want me to drop the link? Just give me a thumbs up or a yes, and I'll drop the link, and you can come and tell us all about it. And if it ain't legit, I'm going to tear it all apart. You know what we do. All right? I'm not coming at you, obviously. I appreciate you sharing. If it grows us, we'll use it. Just let me know. Okay? Okay. Not yet all, guys, but definitely on the list. Yes, thank you. All right. Bishop Mac Bone is in the house. KnowledgeWell Media, good evening, brother. Good evening to you. Where have you been? I thought they got you, my brother. I had just about sent out the secret ops team to come and find you. Where you been at, man? You got something to talk about? Let me know. All God says, thanks and good evening, BB. All right, very good. All right, greetings, all gods. All right, greetings, Bishop Macbone. And Bishop Macbone says, busy. All right, busy about your father's business. All right, good stuff. All right, somebody give me a topic, or I will just find one and get the running. Lots of participation. I really appreciate that. Makes me feel great on this Wednesday. What is today? Wednesday, November the 15th, 2023. Wow, this year is gone. Wow. It was like 58 degrees in Wisconsin. Very uncharacteristic for November the 15th, but I enjoyed it. Look, I really want to get around. What are we going to do? When are we going to get together, y'all? Let's plan something. Who's good at planning? Somebody plan some type of an event. We gotta get an event. I want to come out and see and meet everybody. It'd be good to see. I mean, I actually have legs. What are we gonna talk about? I got something. Now I might get in trouble for talking about it though. I might get in trouble. Let's see here. I might get in trouble. But I do have something I could talk about. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna get in trouble. Somebody come up with a topic quick. Get me out of trouble because I'm ready to go in. Yeah, I know. Look at, I'm gonna get in trouble. You see that? The eyeglass. All right. Somebody got a topic? Save me. Somebody save me. Hey, remember Superman? Amityville? What was it called? Yes. I do get in trouble. I run my mouth. But I like to help people. How many of y'all like that? You can't say no to people. I love helping people. That's just, I'm here for that. I'm gonna get shut down. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. I'm gonna get shut down. Okay. Uh-oh. I've got friends changing their citizenship. Have you done this? Oh, no. What do you mean? Do explain. Changing your citizen. Well, okay. I mean, you can. You have the right to do it. It's 8 USC section 1481, revised statute 1999. Yeah, you have the right to. If you think the grass is greener on the other side, I just don't see it that way. A moment ago I did, but I really don't see it as the grass greener on the other side. Really, I don't. From me to you, I don't see it greener on the other side. I don't see anywhere else in the world. Listen to it respectfully, okay? I don't see anywhere else in the world. I mean, okay, I would like to visit Africa, right? I'd like to go what they call the motherland. We're not even sure that that's true anymore, are we? Apparently, a lot of evidence is showing that we're at the motherland. But anyways, I digress. I progress. I wouldn't do it. I'd go to maybe live 6 months out of the year and come back home, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't change my citizenship. I was close. But that was just because we were disenfranchised through disinformation. Somebody told us that it's so terrible here because what we were looking from the standpoint of being humans and trying to aver and declare our natural law rights. But now that we know better, we're going to do better because now we know we got a seat at the game. What you gonna run for? What are you running from? This is a casino. All you gotta do is know how to pull those levers and bring the how to convert the coin. That's all you gotta do. Use the fiat currency and convert it, just like you do at a casino. It's no different. Donald Trump ain't complaining. Nobody's complaining. They just go for 6 months, go live somewhere warm when it gets cold here, and then they come back here and do business. Or they set up shops, set up corporations, and they have residual income from those organizations as they live on an island somewhere and do what they want to do. You have the power to do the same thing. All you need to know is how to move on the game. That's it. You don't have to change your citizenship. Okay. I've said it before. Do you know what the number one problem we have is? As participants in this capitalist system, you want to know what the number one issue we have is? Is that we eat where we. That is the number one problem we have. We eat where we. Fill in the blank. You're not supposed to do that. We were never supposed to do that. You're supposed to come here, work, or start a business, stack your cheddar, all right? And do like my brothers, my Hispanic brothers and sisters do. Send it home to where it has more value. Your vacation spot should be a place where the dollar is worth this much more. They get it. You're supposed to come here just for business. This is a capitalist system. This is a plantation. You're not supposed to live on the plantation and raise your family on the plantation. This is just to pick cotton greens, clean the hogs. That's all this is for. And hopefully you have employees to do the hard work for you. I mean, that's the capitalist system you live in. Stop looking at it from the standpoint of Christianity. Stop looking at it from the standpoint of, you know, what, love, peace, and hair grease. This is a capitalist system, period and point blank. The sooner you figure that out, the sooner you'll start winning. Dog eat dog. I know we don't like to crawl over people that are beneath us, like crabs in a barrel and all that kind of stuff. I know that's not in us to do. So do your best not to, you know, profit off of somebody's misfortune. But that is the game. Just be nicer about it. How about that? And don't be corrupt. But you're going to have to. You're going to have to step over people that don't get the game. Okay? Let's have that father and son discussion. You're going to have to man up. You're just going to have to man up. People are going to fall. They're going to slip. Huh? You do it in the marathons. You do it when you're doing obstacle courses. When you're in a competition, more times than not, you want to win. And you see, oop, they fell. Oop, whoop, got to keep going. Whoop, they fell too. Ooh, I'm closer to the finish line. Do I need to say more? All right, son, I don't want to have this conversation again. This is the game, y'all. Get with it or always be at the bottom. Because guess what? If you don't get up and run and you keep stopping every time somebody falls because they did not do their due diligence, ignorance of the laws of no excuse, then guess what? Somebody's going to run over you because you're too busy falling yourself. That's where we live, like it or hate it. I can't tell it to you any more straight, plain than that. Okay? So, time to put on our big boy shoes, pull up the bootstraps, and let's run. Let's run. And let's not get run over. Okay? Bishop McBone says, sovereign immunity versus sovereign citizen myth. Ooh. You want to discuss that? That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, it is a good one. All right, give me one moment. Let's discuss that. eCaddy 73 says, from U.S. citizen to state national. What is that a question? Is that what you want to discuss? State national. Oh, that could be another good one. It kind of goes along with Bishop Backbone. So I guess we're going to be talking about that. Give me 1 minute. Let me just finish up here. I like how you put that. Thank you, eCaddy 73. I mean, it's true. It's true. It's very true. I'm not sorry to say that. It is what it is. Get with it. That reminds me. When I talk to certain Christians, like I came from that 40 plus years, whatever. I came from that, the mindset, get my shirt off my back. You know, I'm still like that today. Like if I see someone in distress, I pull over. I don't just pass people. You know, if there's a door that needs to be open, I'm going to do it. So you would be surprised how many times I got like, get away from me. I feel like, what? I was just opening the door for you. Like people are weird nowadays. But anyways, I progress. Having that discussion with like fellow Christians or, let's go on. That's a good topic I placed in the chat. Okay, let's cover that. Let's get back to eCaddy. I think no, Bishop McBone. All right, so sovereign immunity versus sovereign citizen. Okay, sovereign immunity versus sovereign citizen myth. Let's do it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. You got me out of trouble, McBone. Appreciate that. All right, let's look at sovereign immunity. Let's get the legal definition, like we always do about this time. Legal definition. Okay, so while I'm looking this up, I did have several individuals that are part of our secret group. Our secret group, y'all don't really know about it unless you're part of it. You're more than welcome to become part of it. If you are interested in our secret group, this is not Patreon. Some of them are members of Patreon, but we are actually actively working on a process that, yeah. But anyways, if you're interested in more information on that secret group, just hit me up at the KnowledgeWell for you at gmail.com right there. Okay, we've been meeting maybe, I think we're on our third meeting. All right. So this is a process that we've done our due diligence and researching and studying, uncovering. I did cover a little bit of that here in the public as well. But these are individuals that have put their foot to the ground, and we're actually doing this is what is the point. So if you're interested in more information on that, just hit me up at the knowledgewell4u at gmail.com and just say, what's the secret? Okay. And maybe we'll get you in that group. Anyways, yeah. So sovereign immunity. Here we go. Sharing screen, but not sharing stone. Oh, that was bad. That was just terrible. All right, here we go. Bishop Backbone, I'm gonna take that down so that we can have a little bit more screen. And here we go. Sovereign immunity. What is it? Background principles. Sovereign immunity is what's the qualifier, everyone? Legal principle. So it's under which sphere? So that means don't come in here trying to aver your individual rights, your constitutional rights as a human, as a natural person. Anytime you see that qualifier right there, legal principle, that means this is under the jural sphere. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You have to make that distinction right off the bat. Otherwise, you'll be missing the proper context, like a lot of the gurus are doing today, providing misinformation because they are mixing and conflating and commingling the moral sphere and the jural sphere. They don't know how to make that distinction. And remember, the positive law website, the House of Representatives that I've shown over and over again, states that only humans have the capacity to discover natural law, but they have to use and employ rational analysis and be able to make the distinction between what is positive law and natural law. If you cannot make that distinction, you will never discover natural law. All right, let's move forward. So we have made the distinction. We know this is a legal principle. So we're in the jural sphere. Sovereign immunity is a legal principle which holds that sovereigns, including states and the federal government, cannot be sued without their consent. Now, I wonder, Bishop McBone, would you be more interested in qualified immunity as opposed to sovereign immunity? I mean, sovereign immunity is just what it is. Now, there is no individual or person here per se, or that can make a claim that they have sovereign immunity. So to me, qualified immunity would be more of an interesting topic. You see what I'm saying? Sovereign immunity is just what it is. Basically, the king has sovereign immunity. Caesar has sovereign immunity. You can't sue the state again without its permission. So none of that really is going to apply. No, sovereign citizen, obviously we all know by now it's non-existent. It's not. We already know it. So, I think we've all come to that conclusion now, right? But qualified immunity, such as what police officers experience, and perhaps in a sort of way you can experience. You want to know more? So let me see. I mean, Bishop McBone, if you want me to go into sovereign immunity, I will. I think qualified immunity would be more contextual and interesting for everybody. But let me know. Just give me a quick, okay? You said the jurisdiction of the Moors is regulated and fixed in North Africa, Morocco, and southern Spain. The jurisdiction of the Moors is regulated and fixed in North Africa, Morocco, and South. Okay. Okay. I don't know any. Well, I mean, I'm not well versed in the Moors. I kind of know some of what they hold to be true. But again, remember, the Seventh Circuit already adjudicated that matter and said that the so-called African Americans here today that are making claim to be Moors are not. I think you were on that show with me, and you properly stated who Moors are really, or something like that. I think you said a Berber and some kind of mix or something. I don't recall. But let's okay, let's see here. You're answering my question. Yes, I like to discuss the difference between qualified immunity and natural law sovereignty. Okay, so there is no, that would be if that would be conflating and commingling the two spheres. Remember, we're not supposed to do that. Natural law has to stay in its own realm. It cannot come over into the jural sphere or under positive law. So, but okay, so let's talk about qualified immunity, okay, and the claim of being sovereign or sovereign citizen. I think that's where you're going with that. Real quick, hold on real quick. So let's look at that. Okay, what is qualified immunity? Now, this is something you can enjoy. I can show you, I can teach you in the law how you too have what's called qualified immunity. But let's go here real quick. Let's clarify. Let's just get the proper context. Qualified immunity. So we're going to do legal definition of qualified immunity. Watch this. I'll show you how, real quick, real simple. I'll show you how you can enjoy the same thing. Okay. All right, here you go. Qualified immunity. What is it? Is a type of, do you see the qualifier? They always do it. So the ignorance of the law is of no excuse. You have to be able to see clearly that they are qualifying which sphere you should be, thinking of. It's a type of legal immunity, therefore under positive law. Got it? Okay. So we're not talking natural law. We're not talking about your individual rights as protected by the Bill of Rights and et cetera, et cetera. All right. Qualified immunity is a type of legal immunity that protects a government official from lawsuit alleging that the official violated a plaintiff's rights, only allowing suits where, here it is, officials violated a clearly established statutory or constitutional right. Meaning, what does this mean? It means that, okay, here we go. This is the key. That's why they put it in quotations. It has to be something, what do I always say? Legally protectable, an interest that is legally protectable. In other words, if it is not clearly established in positive law, then it's not a legally protectable interest. Therefore, you fail to make a claim upon which relief may be granted, and you will have your action dismissed under Federal Rule 12b-6. This is why we're teaching explicitly from the law, as opposed to this conjecture or these ideologies or this commentary that a lot of the channels and platforms are using today, which are deceiving. Well, yeah, I said it, which are basically deceiving people and making them think that they have rights when they don't. Okay? And so, again, it has to be clearly established. Now, that's what qualified immunity is. Now, notice they said a government official, but I can assure you that it doesn't just apply to a government official. This is just a representative This is just a representative capacity that a human is acting in. But you can establish a trust yourself and be acting in your representative capacity. Here comes that trouble. Let me show you something. Okay. So this is what qualified immunity is. Now, let's see. I don't think I need to go any further on that. It's time for me to do what I do. Let me look at the comment section, make sure we're not losing anybody. Let me do what I do. Let me tell you, you see what qualified immunity is, okay? If you got a job to do, let me put it in everyday vernacular. If you got a job to do and you wear a legal hat, a capacity, doggone it, I always forget the hat, the legal capacity. What is your standing? Okay, are you a police officer? Are you a fireman? See, you wearing the full uniform. You wear the uniform to show that you are one form, uniform. I am a member of an association, affiliation, corporation. Okay, you're wearing a uniform, a legal persona, a mask, a capacity. Now, under that capacity, there are clearly defined or established rules or policies. Okay, meaning you cannot just do whatever the heck you want to do while you are in the uniform. If you disobey the clearly established or defined policies, then guess what? You waive your corporate veil protections. Oh, I said corporate veil protections. That is a type of qualified immunity. Let me break it down even further, because you know how I do here. You know how I do. Hold on. So what does that mean? Let's go to the whiteboard. We haven't done this in a while. All right, let me see if anybody, okay. So all God said, so can anyone of U.S. American-born citizens become a Moor or claim to be Moor, and that we are Moroccan as well for the protection of the treaty? In alignment with what the Seventh Circuit has held? No. No. You know why? Because you would have to have a legally protectable interest in that identification. In other words, the political sphere, the legal sphere, the jural sphere has already determined who a Moor is. This is why they're disqualifying any of these so-called American Moors or whatever. They're saying you're not a Moor. I'm not saying it. Don't shoot the messenger. I read the Seventh Circuit, and I read it here. If you were here, you saw it. They're not falling. They're saying, no, you're not. You're not. You just want to be. You're calling yourself that, and that's fine. You have the freedom to claim whatever you want to. But in the eyes of the law, we do not recognize you as a Moor. Now, I'm not going to take the time to go there because the time is long. Okay? But go and read the Seventh Circuit decision on sovereign citizen. I think it was Michael Bay or somebody like that was claiming to be Michael Bay. I don't know. Look at it. Look at the Seventh Circuit decision pertaining to sovereign citizen and read it for yourself. And they straight out told them, you're not a Moor. Now, not me, them. Them, not me. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, so I want to get to this discussion of qualified immunity, and I want to show you, because you came here for the truth, you came here to learn, so that when we know better, we're going to do better. Okay? I know I got to leave a hat on my desk. I keep reaching for it. I had intended. I know I had that hat a moment ago. I just had the hat. Dang nabbit, I lost my capacity. All guys said, if a police officer in his legal capacity or official capacity, right? Official capacity, injured a citizen, who does the citizen file the lawsuit on? Okay. What we just, okay, let me put it back up real quick. Good question. Good question. Good question. Let me put it back up for you. They answered the question right here. Here it is. Qualified immunity is a type of legal immunity that protects a government official or police officer, right, from lawsuit alleging that the official violated a plaintiff's right. So first of all, you know, if the police officer mollywopped them, right, the police officer is going to claim that, hey, I was doing my job and I perceived that my life was in danger, imminent danger, and so I acted. Okay. Now they're going to do an investigation, internal investigation. They're going to put him or her on the desk job for a moment while they do their investigation. And if it's determined that, hey, he or she used reasonable force in the line of duty, they're going to get off. That's what they're going to determine. Okay. Because it would have to be proven that the officer violated a plaintiff's right. Okay. And they would have to not only violate it, but it would have to be a violation of the clearly established policy behind how an officer is supposed to handle the situation. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So, to your question, again, who does the citizen file the lawsuit on? It all depends, once again, on whether there was clearly established rules and policies that the officer broke while in the line of duty. Okay, so then if they do that, then you can sue and they will waive their qualified immunity if it's found that they violated clearly established policies and rules in the line of duty. Then then they waive their qualified immunity and they no longer have it. Therefore, you can sue them, right, for not following the clearly established rules and policies. Second part of your question: the officer's bond or the precinct. Well, you would go after their bond if they are personally liable, because they would lose that shield, that corporate veil protection of qualified immunity, and now they're just exposed like the Garden of Eden, right? When their eyes were open. You know, they were just naked. They had no protection, no veil. They tried to cover themselves with leaves. That's all. It's all metaphoric, allegorical. Okay, that's qualified immunity. The officer's bond or the precinct. Okay, if the precinct is the officer protected from liability? If the precinct is the officer, if the precinct is the officer protected from liability. Only if, once again, it is found that there's corruption in the precinct itself, right? Or, you know what I'm saying? And they clearly violated or clearly established rules and laws. Usually you're going after an individual. Usually, you know what I'm saying? The precinct as an administration, as its own entity, it gets kind of hairy. But for these intents and purposes, if an officer violates a clearly established policy and rule, they waive their qualified immunity. Okay. All right. Okay. So Bishop McBone says, how does one live in sovereignty based on natural law without interfering with positive law? You really, excuse me, you really, the closest you're going to get, Bishop McBone, is totally off grid. Totally. Because if you put your hand on any U.S. currency, if you do any commerce with any U.S. industries, businesses, or whatever, that's minimum contact. So you're not going to have a sovereign. Now, I got sovereign living in my home. That's where you got it at. That's your private domain. That's why police officers, sheriffs, whatever, can't come into your home and violate your private rights. That's your sovereignty. Your home is your domain. What's a domain? The expanse that is ruled by the king, his dominion, or her queen. Okay, that's the only place. I mean, you can somewhat have sovereignty on your grass. If you got a nice backyard with a jacuzzi or whirlpool, whatever, and you got a high enough fence, you can be out there nude if you want to, whatever, then you got your sovereignty. But if the public can see in there and little children walking by and all that, no, that ain't gonna fly. Then you are affecting the public, and they're going to come and say something. Okay, so your sovereignty, you are the king of your own domain in your own home. Okay, it doesn't work the same in the automobile. Nope, because the automobile is in the public. It doesn't work the same. You have somewhat, I mean, they're not supposed to reach into your vehicle. They're not supposed to do certain things. So you got a limited amount of what could be perceived as sovereignty. I'm in my car, leave me alone type deal. I rule this. I can smoke in here. I can do whatever I want to, basically, but you can't drink in there. So you have a very limited leash, right? Because you're out in the public. Okay. All right. I really want to get to this demonstration real quick. I think I caught up. Let's do this demonstration real quick. Let's go to whiteboard. Thank you for all of the comments, the questions. I really appreciate that. I'll come back to the comments in a brief moment. Capacity, capacity, cap. Okay. Which one are you wearing today? Are you a police officer? You take that one off. Are you a sheriff? You take that one off. Are you a felon? You take that one off. Are you a custodial parent? Oh, take that one off. Are you a non-custodial parent? Oh, take that one off. Are you a priest? You see? It's just capacity, capacity. Oh, you can't see me. Doggone it. And I just did all that freaking. All right, here it is. On replay, slow motion. No, capacity, capacity. Okay? Priest, fireman, take that off. Police officer, put that off. Felon, all they are is capacities. And those capacities, basically determine your status, your standing, depending on what hat you're wearing. That's why it's called a cap, C-A-P, capacity. Got it? Get it? Good. We'll get more into that. Oh, all right. Let's go to whiteboard. All right. Let's go to make-believe, Mr. Rogers. That gets to me every time somebody said that. Like, you like Mr. Rogers. All right, let's have fun. You can see me? There I am. All right, a little dark. Well, anyways, so what's the deal? How can you experience what the Mr. Officer experiences, right? So basically, it's all about capacities. This is not rocket science. It's very simple and very straightforward. All right. So this is why trusts are so valuable and powerful, because trusts involve multiple capacities. Cap, I want you to see it. That's why I keep stressing it, because there was a whole lot of planning behind these terminologies. Capacity. Okay. I'm not going to go deep into that, but you can see it. A cap. That's all. You're just changing hats. Okay. Capacity. Now, in a trust, which is the king, that is really the king. That's what rules the day. Rockefeller did us a great favor, 1882, establishing the first trust known as the Standard Oil Company. Please do some research into that. It's a very interesting story, and it really puts things in context if you really are hungry to know how to play this game. The Monopoly man, you know what I mean? And that's what he did when he created the first trust in 1882, is form monopolies. Then they were legal. He got in, he popped a whole bunch of money, millions and trillions of dollars, and got out before legislation was enacted. Smart man. So trust has different capacities. Say it with me. Trustee. I should have put trustor first. The trustor, that's the one that creates the trust. The trustee. And the beneficiary. Okay? Those are capacities. You literally put them on. Here, let's do a little artwork. Don't laugh at my artwork, okay? I'm trying. There's a cap. We're going to make this really nice and simple, plain. There's a cap. And there's a cap. 3 caps that you can wear in a trust. So, and there's you. Let me give you a little secret. Without the human, there is no head to put the cap on. Without the human, there is no cap or head to put the cap on. So this trust needs humans to wear caps or to take on capacities. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That's a very significant point I just made. I don't want to go into it too deep because that goes into the exclusive offering. Join us at our Patreon and get that really deep information. Please, we welcome you. Come on over. All right, I'm not going to go terribly deep because we do teach trust, and I'm not going to give everything away, okay? I need support. So anyways, again, the cap needs a head, okay? So with that being said, if you're not willing to be the head, okay, then this system never works. Same thing with the state. If the state does not have humans willing to be citizens, the system doesn't work. That's all I'm going to say on that. Now, when you are acting under this cap or one of these caps, you have certain abilities. Okay? These provide you with abilities. This trustee's ability is not the same per se as this cap for the trustor. And this cap is not the same or does not provide the same abilities as the beneficiary's cap. Okay? The trustor is the one who created the trust and at one point in time had both titles, the legal title and the equitable title. Oh boy, we're getting into trust here. Okay? 2 titles. The trustee is the one that gets and receives the transfer of the legal title. The equitable title goes over to the beneficiaries. Now a trust is created because everybody now is operating in their capacity. Now, the point of this whole demonstration, without going too much further into trust education, is that you have a job to do. And the job that you have is outlined in what's called the trust. My daughter's, yep, tearing up my marcus. Is this going to work? Yep. Okay. Trust indenture. Basically, a contract that spells out the job of each of these capacities or their abilities or their limitations while acting under that cap. Okay? That's the Bible, literally. The Bible is a trust indenture. Later for that, we'll do that one maybe on a Sunday. I can demonstrate and prove it to you. Not only the Bible is a trust indenture, but the Constitution is a trust indenture. And the trust indenture, the Constitution, established what? The 3 branches of government. Do you see the correlation? Let me say that again, in case anybody missed it in the back room. Look, the trust indenture is equivalent to the United States Constitution. It is a trust indenture. And the Constitution, just like this trust indenture, establishes the three branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. Do you see the correlation? This is why trusts are the number one. Okay? And so now the trust indenture is going to define the ability or capacities that a beneficiary may act in accordance with. And just like the separation of powers in the United States Constitution, each of these capacities are to remain separate. Okay? The legal title establishes control. The equitable title establishes what? Beneficial use and interest. Oh boy. Okay. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay. And so let's get back on topic, because I wasn't intending to do trust education. Here's the point: that you are protected as the trustee. You have a limited liability as the trustee. Why? Because as Rockefeller said, own nothing. Does the trustee own what's in the trust, the assets? No. The trustee is merely having control or managing manager over the trust assets, or known as the trust res. Remember? In rem, res, property and things. So the manager is here. The one who benefits from those assets or trust res is obviously the beneficiary. But my point again is this: that each one of these have an assignment under the trust indenture, and each one of them receive limited liability. This trustee does not own the property, therefore no one can come after the trustee and say that, or make a claim or something like that and say, oh, you're the owner, so therefore you owe me blah, blah, blah. No, I don't. It's no different than me working at McDonald's or somewhere as the cashier or the fry cook or whatever. If the IRS were to walk in there and say, McDonald's, you are delinquent in your taxes, do you think they're going to come after me standing behind the cash register and say, you need to up the money or you're going to jail? No, because I'm going to merely step back and say, like the trustee, hey, man, I just work here. You got to talk to the uppers, the headquarters or something like that. That's not my bag. Okay. Own nothing, control everything, so that you have that plausible deniability, or AKA that qualified immunity. See, you are immune from personal liability because you are merely the manager. That is the power of trust. And that is how you can also yourself experience qualified immunity. The same setup works for corporations. When you form a corporation, what does a corporation afford you? Limited liability protection. That's why it's called an LLC, limited liability corporation. They can't sue you directly. They have to sue the entity, which is separate from you, the corporation. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. All right. I just wanted to give that demonstration. Hopefully we made that clear. If you need more information on that, you want to know how to apply that, then hit us up for a consultation and we can get you right in. All right. let's move on. We got a lot of comments here to cover. Thank you all for that. We're going to be on here for just a little bit longer. So make sure you get your questions in now, okay? You can experience qualified immunity in personally, or yeah. How does one live in sovereignty based on natural law without interfering with positive law? Okay, I think I said that. You cannot mix and commingle the two. Bishop McBone said that's why police officers explain to a citizen why they were stopped and interrogated by them. That's why reading of Miranda rights. Exactly. And that's why you can sometimes get off if they don't follow clearly established policy. So you can beat a case that way. Okay. That means I will probably have to own my own island or planet. Well, or learn how to operate. I mean, I think Trump is pretty successful. I think he pretty much does whatever the heck he wants to, I would imagine, right? Because he knows how to play the game. The more you learn how to play the game and the better you get at it, all right, the more freedom you will experience. That's the way it goes in a capitalist system. Like it or love it. Bishop McMahon, old English proverb, every man's home is his castle. Exactly. We've said it for a long time, but we don't apply it. We can't. Okay. Can one gain qualified immunity through trust? Yep, I just covered that. Absolutely. That's the way that you do gain it. Let me just say it like this. If your car is in a trust and you have a trust indenture or contract which spells out the expectations, remember Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution says you have the right to contract. It says that no state shall impair the obligation of a contract. Therefore, if you contract with the trust as the trustee, and the trust establishes that while you are trustee of the trust, that your hours of operation or management is from 7 a.m. to, let's say, 9 p.m. at night, and your car is properly registered in the trust, then if you get pulled over between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m., guess what? I am working in my trustee capacity. Do I need to say more? But you better make sure that trust is set up correctly. You better make sure that your contract is in place. Your IRS documentation is in place. Again, if you need help on that, consult us or get at us for a consultation. Hit us up at that KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U, @gmail.com. There is a proper way to do this. Trump does it all the time. I think you know that. The Clintons do it all the time. I think you know that. The Bushes do it all the time. I think you know that. And you'll also notice that very seldom are they themselves driving. Ask me why. Going on, Bishop Backbone, trustee, one who owns nothing while controlling everything. There you go. All right, I got y'all quiet. Bishop McBone, the only one talking to me. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Well, I guess then if nobody has any questions, let me look back, make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right, I guess that's it then. Is that it, y'all? Y'all gonna let me off? Again, if you're interested in joining our private group, there's only one way you're gonna be able to do that. Hit us up right there. Okay? If you're interested. Otherwise, you can always go over to the Patreon. We drop exclusivities over there. And Heather says, why aren't they driving? You're gonna make me answer that? Well, I'll just say it like this. Maybe a few lives ago, I covered Batman. Why isn't Bruce Wayne driving? The only time you see him really driving is when he's dressed up like a big kid in a leotard. But very seldom do you see him drive as a man without his mask on. Trustee. Depend upon that trustee. Why would you want the liability? Why would you want to have to get a driver's license? If you got the money, why would you even? Yeah, exactly. No liability. Let somebody else get the driver's license. You lay back, chill. Why? Why? If you can hire a driver, hire a driver. That's why that Uber thing is more advantageous than people really realize. Huh? If you in the back of the Uber and they get in a car accident while you're on your route, what business is that of yours? How much money would you save on insurance, wheel tax? But we always want to be in ownership. Oh, you Uber woman here? Oh, well, have fun. Just be careful. All liability is with you. Well, I'm sure you have insurance. They require all that, but you get the point. If somebody else is doing the driving, you lay back. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You could be working on a computer, studying, reading a book, whatever. Yeah. So that's why they're not driving. Someone once asked a question, said something like, I don't even think Trump has a driver's license. You probably find that a lot of them don't. Just saying. Okay, you don't drive anymore? Okay. All right. All right, y'all. Come on, keep it going. I'm getting sleepy. Couple more minutes. Give me a hot topic. I'll hit it real quick and quit. Anybody? How many states do we have listening tonight? Do me a favor, put it in the comment section. How many states we got? Let's go. I'm repping Wisconsin. How many states we got here? If you're interested in joining and being part of our group, please hit me up at the knowledgewell4u@gmail.com. I want to compile and build a team. If you like the challenge, all right, we got Pennsylvania, we got Wisconsin. All right, Pennsylvania's in the house. Heather's in Pennsylvania. That's where the vampires are, right? Know thyself is in Pennsylvania. Oh, we got 2 Pennsylvanians. I don't know. Is that the accent? I don't think that's the accent. Pennsylvania. We got 2 Pennsylvanias. We doubling up. Do we get a 3rd Pennsylvania? Anybody here from Pennsylvania? So anyways, yeah, I really want to put together a community of for KnowledgeWell. If you are interested in that, it's time for us to start working together and building this community of KnowledgeWellians. And we're doing big things. And I want everybody to be part of that. I want everybody to grow with us and accomplish. Oh, guys, if not causing harm to others, just a traffic violation, non-violent, just failing to exit vehicle is that cause for a use of force. It probably wasn't the failure to exit that a use of force was chosen. It probably was because of what happened after. If you challenge their authority, you know how that works. Again, I was covering this the other live, that these cats in uniform are merely men, okay? And they just want to make it home. I know it's tough to see it that way because they're a mighty force and you feel isolated. You feel like you're alone out there and they're carrying a gun and you're not carrying a gun. I know that's our perception, but we're only looking from our perspective, okay? And they're on high alert for these sovereign citizens, et cetera, et cetera. And that's kind of that combination of all of that just puts everybody at a very in a volatile type of situation. So I strongly recommend that you don't challenge police on the side of the road. You can't win that anyways, no matter what. Okay, so the best thing is just take the ticket. If they tell you you can't drive, then just park the car, have somebody come get it that's got a license or whatever the problem is. But don't do your business on the side of the road. Be legally competent. Be a professional. You don't have nothing personal against that officer anyways. You don't even know who he is, probably, right? Or she is. So just don't even worry about it. Just put your seatbelt on. You're just doing commerce. I know people want to say I'm not doing commerce, but yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I've demonstrated and I've proven it. You are doing commerce when you're behind the wheel of that vehicle and you're on the King's Highway. Yes, you are. And we know that because I know people say, well, I'm a state citizen or I'm in my state or blase, blase. So this is intrastate, right? Intrastate. But if you recall and remember, I covered this, and the Congress has powers over interstate commerce when the activity or the production of that state substantially affects commerce, international commerce, or interstate commerce. How do we know that that is happening? Because let me ask you this question, and you be honest with yourself. Can you go across state lines into another nation state? To thine own self be true. If you can take that 1,500 to 2,000 or up pound missile, steel, plastic, rubber across state line into another nation state, then they're going to regulate and say you are in commerce. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because you can cross into states with a reckless abandon. You can just Missouri or whatever, Illinois, Wisconsin, Texas. I could drive right now across as many state lines as I want to until I run out of gas or get sleepy. You really think that they're just going to allow you without license, so they can't track you, without any registration, to be able to cross across multiple state lines just because you want to say, I have the natural right to travel? Nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. They have an interest to protect the safety of their citizens. That would be equivalent to an act of war. If you are considered a citizen of Wisconsin, you go across 3 states and kill one of their citizens for whatever reason. That's an act of war against Wisconsin because you're a citizen of Wisconsin. You came over and killed one of our citizens. This is real, y'all. This is real. This is real. This is real. You are in commerce. You do not have the right to just travel in an automobile. Now, if you want to put on your kicks and do a Forrest Gump across the country, ain't nobody gonna mess with you. As long as you don't trespass on somebody's property. If you can find a straightaway, hit it, go, have fun. Nobody's gonna mess with you. You can run. You ain't gonna get pulled over by a police officer, state patrol. Nobody's gonna mess with you. Maybe the news. All right. But that's your right to travel. Bishop McBone says the game of life. I can also apply this knowledge to keep women from getting my assets and resources, buffer against child support. Yeah. In our private group, we just covered that. We have remedy on that. And it makes so much sense. It makes absolutely so much sense. If you have a child support issue, let us know. Get with us. Hit us up at the knowledgewell4u@gmail.com. Let's discuss. Let's talk. Be part of our group. Missouri's in the house. So we got PA, we got Missouri, we got Wisconsin. All guys is in Massachusetts. Bishop McBone says, I will definitely get a consultation from in the near future as being a business owner. Absolutely. Bishop McBone, I use Uber, Lyft a lot in Dallas, Texas. I mean, it's the easy way to go. It's costly, but you ain't got to worry about Johnny Cop messing with you, do you? You don't got to worry about it. I mean, that's pretty much going to be the wave of the future anyways. It's just, it is what it is. All guys says, I have family in uniform. Some just want to perform. Yeah, I mean, that's all. That's all. So you don't believe in sovereign citizenship? Believe in it? I think that people believe that it's a thing. But is it legally protectable or recognized by positive or under positive law? There's no legally protectable interest for it. Read the Seventh Circuit decision again. And every other state uses the Seventh Circuit's decision when it goes to sovereign citizenship. It's completely discredited. And now, if you file any paperwork that even remotely sounds like the ideology of sovereign citizenship, they're not even going to let you get past the gate. They're just going to dismiss it. They're barely even going to read it. Once they see anything that sounds remotely or looks remotely like sovereign citizenship lingo, they're going to dismiss it right away. That's what they've been told to do by the Seventh Circuit. They're not even looking at it anymore. Not all. Okay, all guys. Bishop Backbone says Dallas, Texas, originally from Little Rock, Arkansas. All right, representing Dallas, Texas and Little Rock, Arkansas. Well, look, I have blown a lot of hot air. I've had consultations today. I've studied from, I don't know what time I got there. I think I got there late today. I got there at the study hall about 10 a.m. and left at 6 p.m. But it's been a long day. Been a long day. I'm really putting in a lot of work. We are at the brink. We are at the door of Emerald City. Won't you come along and assist us in getting that door open? Remember that little guy in the window? You want to see the eyes? You will not see the eyes. But she has the shoes. The witch gave her the shoes. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Come on in. Yeah, it's been on your feet the whole time. Been on your feet the whole time. All right. We have remedy. We have the answers. But unfortunately, we can't just put everything out here in the public. You know the deal. Some people are here to steal. They just take. They don't give. And so I would strongly encourage you, the law of reciprocity, let the universe bless you too, right? Give, as the old adage said or goes, and it'll be given back to you, all right? So when you see, what's the other one? Don't muzzle the ox that treads the corn, right? In other words, let the ox eat too. If he's doing all the work, pulling that grinding all the corn and going in a circle all doggone day long, you're gonna let this mule, this workhorse, do all this work, but you want to put a muzzle on his face and not let him eat some of the corn that he's working, all day long. So don't let that be said about you. All right. If you enjoy what it is we do here, if it adds to you value, then demonstrate that it does. Value is the amount someone is willing to pay for something. All right. So if this is added to you, you find value in it, do the right thing. Okay. Anyways, now you have been made free. The question is, what are you going to do with it? I really appreciate you for being here. Great participation tonight. Great comments, great questions. Keep them coming. We're here live every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also Sundays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will see you real soon. Remember, wield these weapons wisely. All right. Love you all. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Oh, I got a comment. Let's see. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? All God said, there was recently live coverage of Morris traveling to Maine from RI to their camp with heavy artillery standoff, middle of highway. Yeah, I think we all saw that. You don't want to find yourself there. You don't want to find yourself there. eCaddy73, a man is worth his wages. I agree. 150,000%. Living light and love, or living love and light. Thank you. Don't forget, when you get off of here, take one moment of your time and do me this favor. Go over to the BB Productions YouTube channel, subscribe to that. It is a great time to get gift ideas and things like that. You can find those over at BB Productions Studios on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and share as well. Show your support in that way too, all right? And you can find a lot of ideas and what have you, handcrafted ideas and things, t-shirts, mugs, hats, earrings, all kinds of things over at BB Productions. There's there you can find great gift ideas, get them specially ordered right from the source. All right, so show your love in that way too. Bishop Magbone says, the wise are mightier than the strong, and those with knowledge grow stronger. KnowledgeWell, right? Is that what you meant? I see what you did there. So don't go to war without wise guidance. Victory depends on having many advisors. 100%. Heather Bell says, thanks, Professor Allen. Hey, I'm starting to like that. Much kindness, King. All right. And all God said, go on over to the Patreon. All God said, well worth it. All right. I appreciate that. I appreciate your appreciation. And now, once again, you've been made free. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Love you all. We'll see you back here Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Peace.
Start your journey today by liking, subscribing, and sharing our YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media, or by going to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site and perusing over the available content and information. Also by submitting your email at the bottom of the Square site page in the Stay in the Loop section to receive priority information, specials, and other insider details. Or by signing up for a 1-hour consultation to tailor your specific educational needs in beginning your journey. You may do so at the aforementioned Square site, once again at knowledgewell-media.square.site. Here are a few other items in demand on our Square site. The Person Defined series, a 9-part video lecture series, comprehensively outlining the scheme to artfully deceive mankind into trading away his birthright, his natural liberties, and inherent rights. Pre-orders for The Yellow Bricks of Emerald, the first edition, offered presently as an ebook only. This book comprehensively uncovers the legal schemes, past, present, and future, of the elite powers and the U.S., subjecting American citizens to servitude and allegiance due to their own ignorance. The KnowledgeWell Video Lecture Series Trust Course, a comprehensive lecture series educating on the history, effects, and administration of the wealth-preserving, asset-protecting, private commercial entity known as a trust, plus we have our very own template and instructions to help you set up yours. And coming soon, our apparel and product store for all things KnowledgeWell, including shirts, hats, jackets, cups, bumper stickers, and more. For all this and much, much more, as well as for any questions or comments, email to knowledgewellforyou@gmail.com or go to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site. And now, you've been made free. What are you going to do with it?